This video was made possible thanks to the support of our amazing patrons. We couldn't do this without you.
Don't forget that you can support the channel for free and receive 10% off orders over $10 at Flipside Gaming by using the promo code Affinity at the checkout. Or if TCG Player or Magic Madhouse are more your thing, then be sure to place your order through our affiliate links in the description. Once again, at no extra cost to yourselves. Hello everyone and welcome back to Affinity for Commander. My name is Alex and today we're going to be touching on one of the latest types of cards as well as one of the latest rules changes to our beloved format, that of Companion. Now Companions themselves were only just introduced in Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths. However, with this tweet from Mark Rosewater himself, they might in fact be sticking around for much longer. Now yes, of course this could also refer to mutate cards. However, we're going to stick with the idea that it is to do with companions. Now, as of Monday the 1st of June, WotC themselves had a rules change about how companion actually works. Before the rules change, it was just simply, if your deck satisfies the rules of this companion, you get to have it in your sideboard, and you can cast it anytime you would normally cast that spell. For example, Umori the Collector could be cast anytime you would cast a sorcery, whereas Lutri could be cast anytime you would play an instant. If it wasn't banned before release... I'm okay. Just want my legendary otter. Right, back to companions. However, after the 1st of June, the companion mechanic now reads... Anytime you could cast a sorcery spell, you may pay 3 generic mana. When you do so, you may place your companion from your sideboard into your hand. Now, in non-EDH formats, your companion has to take up a slot in your sideboard. However, in the greatest format known to Magic, your companion just sort of phases in from the ether. But no matter the format you are playing these cards in, they have to satisfy their companion requirement if you want them to be outside of your starting deck. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at these 10 companion cards and determine if they are good as companions, or if they are in fact just fine in the 99. What's that? Oh, sorry, there are 9 companion cards. First up, Lurrus of the Dream Den, a particular thorny card in most people's sides who don't just exclusively play EDH. Indeed, it turns out being able to replay your Viserys Seer, Blood Artist, or Zulapor Cutthroat from your graveyard is actually pretty strong. But as an actual companion, I'm not seeing it. Having to have your entire deck be CMC 2 or lower, that is way too much of a restriction for my tastes. Overall, I would definitely say Lurrus is definitely better in the 99 than as a companion. Moving on to Umori the Collector, and I, right off the bat, cannot in good conscience recommend this card as a companion. I know there will probably be some Merrin players out there who are saying that just having creatures in that deck is totally fine. Personally though, every single deck needs some manner of support built around it with various card types. But what about this card being the 99? Having a cost reduction effect on your favourite type of card, that seems pretty good. But also, there are better cards that do the exact same thing for a better price. So I'm going to go with no either side. And here we come to the obligatory combo enabler of the set, Zirda the Dawnbreaker, who reduces all activated abilities by 2 generic mana. I'm going to be honest with you guys, it does just seem like someone at Wizards on the decision-making team definitely has a stockpile of Basalt Monoliths kicking around that they really need to shift. Honestly, between this card and Keenan, Ikoria may as well just have Basalt Monolith in the uncommon slot just to completely give the game away. But apart from infinite amount of possibilities, I do think Zirda has a place in a lot of Commander's decks with a ton of activated abilities. We're looking at cards like Breya, King Kenwith, Golos, Zakama, or Thrasios if partnered with Akiri or Bruce Tarl. But as a companion for these type of decks, he would be great if it wasn't for the incredibly steep clause. Every card in your deck has to have an activated ability, come on. I've seen a Braille deck without any ETB effects. That's not a deck. So in summary, this fox can definitely find its place in the 99 of a lot of Commander's decks who have powerful activated abilities. In terms of companion, no. Moving on to our hippo dinosaur. Why is I get the feeling Wizards literally just has a dartboard with all the creature types on it, and they just threw some darts at it one day to decide these creature types. Now we'll firstly look at it in terms of a companion. That is too harsh. Way too harsh for EDH. Almost feels like it was made for the format though. A deck with no soul rings, no signets, that's just backbreaking. Although, you could just have an entire deck with 3-drops. And ramp. Have Commander Sphere, Wood Elves, Farhaven Elves to ramp. Get up, redraw your entire hand by having nothing but 3-drops, being able to outvantage your opponent's mid to late game.
Alex, no.
Alex, yes.
An impromptu deck building session later.
Okay, so the hippo is actually really legit in terms of being a companion or being in the 99 of any Teamer or Simic deck that's looking to go big or go home. Double thumbs up, Wizards. Good job. I will obviously have to preface that statement by saying this is a fun card, not a competitive one. Again, super fun, not going to win many games. In Sky Nomad, it is literally impossible to be your companion in EDH. Or some people are still fritting around the fact that there is a 101st card in EDH. Personally, I'm not bothered, but I am still having a campaign to try and get one of these cards unbanned, so I am what you might call a bit biased. Looking at Yorion as its own card, a 5-mana mass flicker effect in blue and white? Yes please. Decks such as Rune and King Brago will happily snap this card up to be able to mass flicker their entire board state and have all those lovely ETB effects enter once more. So, 99, 100%, as a companion, literally impossible. Moving on. Now, in an effort to be both efficient and not repeat myself, Gyruda and Obosh, both not as a companion. If you want Soul Ring, you can't have Cygnus. If you want a Farseek, you can't have Good Armor's Reach. Yes, I know neither of them are in green, but you get my point. Conditions just seem like you're hacking off your foot just because you've only got one nice shoe. Might be a really nice shoe, but at the end of the day, you're still bleeding all over the Venetian rug. I would be a lot more happy to see in the 99 of a Muldrotha reanimated deck or in any mill strategy, to both get that lovely, lovely bit of reanimating value, or to just keep that mill engine going and get some value from doing so. Whereas Obosh has a lovely place in a lot of odd CMC commanders, particularly Nekasar. Being able to double ping your opponents every single time that they draw a card, yeah, that seems pretty good. Have these two cards out, Windfall, and watch your opponents take 14 damage. Yeah, that seems completely fair. Our penultimate companion is Jegantha the Wellspring, whose condition I had to read a couple times to make sure I fully got it. The card's condition is essentially you cannot have cards such as Cryptic Command or Wrath of God in your deck that have the same mana symbol in their cost. So, this is fine, this isn't. This is also fine, this is not. Now this Elk's ability is exactly what we would look for in a 5-colour deck where fixing is already notoriously hard unless you want to invest a small loan. Now yes, his ability can't be used to pay generic casting costs. However, in decks like Joda, he can now just tap to cast literally anything, and his ability can still be used to play Golos' activated ability, if not for the mana to cast Golos himself. But the restriction he has as a companion means you can't play Joda and have Omniscience in the 99, and I don't even think that's legal. And playing Golos without cards like Deadeye Navigator in Garruk's Wake, Itali, Blatant Thievery? Oh, I think I'm going to be sick. Summary, 99, not a companion. And our final companion is Kaheera, the Orphan Guard. Firstly, that art. I need it on a playmat yesterday. Secondly, a fantastic card in the 99 for any tribe that is listed on her text. Cats especially, but that's just me with my soft spot. As a companion, however, you would lose out on a lot of those lovely synergies and bits of advantage you can get from outside of those tribes. Let's, for example, take my Arabo deck. Within it, if I were to use this card as a companion, I would miss out on being able to have Stoneforge Mystic in there to shoot up any of those lovely, lovely equipments that make the deck great. Me, definitely 99, not a companion. Good lord, though. Now, yes, as I imagine a lot of you have noticed, I have, with varying degrees of success, been sidestepping the Lutri discussion. It is, after all, a card that was banned before its release, the first time anything like this has happened in any format, let alone Commander. The reason for this ban? Partly because his condition to be a companion is one of the absolute necessities and rules of the EDH game. Unless, of course, you're playing that Ambassador deck that mills. But if you aren't playing that deck, this little ball of electric adorableness essentially has no downside. And if you are an Izzet, you just get to have a free companion. And under the old rulings, you essentially had permanent access to a 3-mana doubling effect spell at all times. From my understanding of it, this was a part of the Rules Committee's decision to ban Lutri, to prevent homogeneity in any red or blue deck. Or rather, having a card that simply everyone had to play in that deck. If you'd like further examples of cards leading to homogeneity in the format, look at Sol Ring and then realise exactly what I'm talking about. But personally, with the rules change, I don't see Lutri being that broken anymore. He's lost his instant speed ability without having to already pay 3 mana to do so. And also, I just want a legendary otter to play in Commander. Now yes, I know we already have otters in the format, but A, they're not legendary, and B, they're terrible. But with your help, dear viewer, we can unban Lutri. Hashtag free Lutri. Let's get it trending. Heck, if Pleasant Kenobi can get Stoneforge Mystic unbanned in Modern, we can certainly get one otter unbanned in EDH. And that will be the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. What's your favourite companion and what deck would you have it in? Whatever your thoughts, leave them in the comments below. We read every single one of them. Be sure as always to like, subscribe and also hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. If you really like us, you could also consider supporting us on Patreon or following us on Twitter. Links to both are in the description below. As always, I've been Alex, and I will see you next time.